Welcome to Share Talk, the only podcast where investors come first.
Hello and welcome to Share Talk. Today I'm joined by Yoav Keren, who's CEO at Brandshield Systems PLC. How are you today, Yoav?
Very good, thank you.
For people who are not familiar with the company, as it's a sort of new name and quite a new area, could you just run us through what you do?
Sure, of course. Brandshield provides a solution from brand protection to online threat hunting. We detect online threats and we take them down. So basically, we're a cybersecurity company that detects threats such as phishing, fraud, counterfeits, impersonation, and our system automatically detects them, analyzes them, and then we take them down.
So basically, like the human immune system, you're always on the lookout for something nasty, and then you'll send your troops in to neutralize that particular virus.
Yeah, well, it's not viruses. We don't deal with viruses. We deal with threats that are external to the organization. That's actually kind of differentiating us from a lot of other cybersecurity companies. Most cybersecurity companies that you hear about deal with threats that are within the perimeter of the organization. These are threats that the chief information security officer, what you call the CISO, has a direct control on. It will be on their servers or on their emails or on their cloud or endpoints, whatever they use. So he can turn off stuff. He can put the other software will block different things. What we deal with are with threats that happen out there. It happened on someone else's servers. It happens on social media, Facebook, Twitter. It happens on, it's a phishing domain. It's a website that is hosted somewhere. So these are threats that not only that the CISOs and security officers have no way to know about with traditional cybersecurity. They know nothing about how to take it down. That's exactly where we come in and solve that problem for them. A lot of that is also done automatically. So the detection and a lot of the actual takedown is also automated in the process.
This is you basically being a guardian for the brand or the image of a particular company to make sure that nobody's impersonating and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, brand and image is a part of it. These are threats. Many of them are fraudulent activities, such as at the end, they will either take financial information, they will hack systems, they will sell you a fake product. All these kind of impersonations, phishing, fraud that are happening out there. These are the type of threats that we protect from. One of the major issues that is giving a big rise in the past years is impersonation on social media to executives, to companies, and so on. A lot of the scams stop there these days. And traditionally you would get emails that are trying to do that. This is done more and more on social. That's one of the major problems that we deal with.
So this external task force, for want of a better analogy, I mean, this seems to be quite a unique offering. It's not your usual cybersecurity and probably the names that most people have on their computer, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. I suppose in some ways you've got to educate the market exactly, as to what you do. People have the wrong idea of what you do and therefore don't value what you do as much as they should.
Well, that's one of the reasons that we went for the listing and raise money, mainly to focus on marketing and sales going forward, get the word out there. I think that being a public company in the UK in AIM would also assist that in our strategy. But I do want to say is that during 2020, there's been a significant change while the pandemic has given a rise to cyber criminals all over the world that are trying to capitalize on what's going on. More people are moving online. One of the biggest changes that we've seen in the past year is a huge increase in e-commerce. And if you compare the end of second quarter in 2019 to the end of second quarter in 2020, the amount of sales, e-commerce, the part of e-commerce out of total commerce in the US changed from 14% to 20% within that year. Now, why is this significant? It took 25 years to get to 14. And then an additional 6% happened in a few months of lockdowns. It's a huge transformation that we're going through, including having these interviews on Zoom, and everyone are now doing everything on Zoom from school to everything. This is a big digital transformation. And why is that relevant for us? Because things are moving online, and the same more and more cyber criminals are trying to capitalize on it. And when the stream of revenues, of sales, of traffic to your store or to your company or to whatever becomes much more significant when it's online, even if it's been there for a long time, now it became crucial. So if someone impersonates your company, if someone steals some of your customers, either just sells them a fake product or steals their money, it hurts your bottom line. And a lot of companies started realizing this in the past year due to this surge of phishing attacks and fraud attacks. And this is why we're also seeing good growth and for Brandshield and a huge potential going forward.
Well, speaking of huge potential, you signed a deal with the Bristol Myers Squibb, the vast American pharma company. It's a legend in the sector. So obviously they got the message. Is that the sign of things to come in terms of what you're going to be doing with the Brandshield?
The pharma space has been one of the major industries that has been affected in different ways by the COVID-19, of course, and more people understand more the importance, I think, of pharmaceuticals. And we've seen a lot of things around that. And also they're more under attack. It's not the only deal that we've recently gave notice about. We also notified about the Pharmaceutical Security Institute deal, which is basically an organization that was started by the pharma companies to kind of collaborate on security issues. And we signed up a deal with them also protecting some of the members. They have over 35 members, as much as I remember. And some of the members are participating in this program where we protect them against different online threats that I've described. The reason you see more and more of this is this industry is definitely one of a major target for the bad guys, and as a result for us, and we specialize in providing them a solution. This is just gonna grow in this space. It's becoming huge in the sense of how many different fraudulent activities, fake pharmacies, fake phishing attacks, all kind of things that are happening in general, and even more, emphasized in the pharma space. One of the things that is practically as a result of all these deals, different deals that we're having, is that we're practically today protecting against all the major fraud of the major vaccines. So Brandshield, I would say today, we are also protecting other companies that are in the front of COVID-19 in other products. I can't reveal their names, but they're doing some physical products, they're doing drugs, they're doing vaccines. We are there to protect the public against these bad actors that are trying to capitalize and defraud people. And this is really danger. These people are either taking people's money or just scamming them, or just selling them fake vaccines or drugs that can kill them. Definitely, we're proud to be doing good in this world in these days.
So in fact, it is the case that the more important the particular space, whether it's pharma or let's say banking or governmental, that kind of thing, in the important areas, you're all the more important. Obviously, if it's a t-shirt maker, it doesn't matter so much if they're sending you a knockoff t-shirt, but presumably you're in that space as well.
Oh, in that space as well, yeah. We definitely have, customers like Levi's that we've made an announcement with them earlier last year that they had in the first lockdowns, they had a surge of phishing attacks. They've been a customer for several years, and they had a surge of phishing attacks, and we detected them and took them all down, almost all of them down. And basically, it is everywhere. So this is something that is not necessarily, and this is important to understand, not necessarily just for the big known brands of the world like Levi's. It is relevant for small companies, for medium-sized companies that are being attacked, and the customers are being scammed, and their employees are being scammed. It's not only against their customers, it's against their employees. And you see that we have small customers, really small customers that we help against these threats, and that shows the big potential of Brandshield. We're really what we are just servicing right now is merely a rock pool out of an ocean of potential customers.
Right. So just to summarize, at the start of 2021, you're still excited and passionate about just come to the market. We could be multi-sector applications. It's a high margin business. From memory, it's a 60-70% margin on the business. I presume it's a scalable business and it's an international business. And it's obviously on the zeitgeist as well. So is that a fair summary of where you are?
You've summarized it perfectly. I think margins are actually going to even grow going forward. Again, we're a software company. So as you grow, this would be even better. The overhead will be spread out even more. yeah, that's what we are. We're in a very high growth, SaaS-based, subscription-based model space. Huge opportunities out there, big problem, and we're going to go after and continue growing and doing good to the world.
And you have a unique offering, a unique technology. Is that correct as well?
Our technology is way ahead of competition. I think that's one of these issues. It's a unique offering of brand protection to online threat hunting. There are competitors, they overlap on some of these things, but the focus of our capabilities is way ahead, both on the detection side, analysis side, where a lot of others would use analysts, and we don't need that. And also on the enforcement side, we have strong technologies, and we keep developing them going forward.
Yoav, Keren, CEO at Brandshield Systems. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Remember to visit our website for more news and other podcasts at www.share-talk.com.